Hello, folks. This is me, the Trash Man, here talking about Elden Ring. And I just finished the game yesterday. And might I say that this game really lived up to the hype. Way too much. It's indescribable how much I love this game. I have never previously beaten a FromSoft game. And this is my first one that I've just gone through and beaten. And it's absolutely incredible game. I Yeah, I'm gonna go into more depth right now. Also, if you guys want more stuff like this, please subscribe and all that. I might speedrun this game soon because apparently we're getting sub-hour runs apparently in this game for the speedrunning community. So I'll learn that and do that for you guys. If you guys are looking forward to that, please like and subscribe if you want to for speedruns of this game. And I'm doing an archery only build. I cannot believe how well they made this game. It's just probably the best open world I've ever seen, and it just does so many things right, and it does so many new things I that I just can't believe like they because it's their first. Let me read it right here. It's their first open world game, and like I didn't really know what to expect about the whole like what they do with like an open world game with the Souls game. And I mean, I was hyped for it because obviously my uncle told me about it and all that. And I was really excited because obviously I liked the Souls games. Never completed them though, but I just went into this game. Obviously I heard that this game was really great, and I was like, oh, cool. So I get at the game on PC, which PC issues have been getting resolved a bit, and yeah, so they've been a lot better for a lot of people. Although I didn't have personal PC issues myself for this game. I don't know. It felt like a mixed bag at first. So first like day or two, eventually it got fixed, and then it was better for a lot of people. Then they kept like double downing on it, made it even better. And it's been really amazing. That the fact that they've been really helping the community, listening to the people. It's really nice. And when I first went to this game, basically minor spoiler warnings. I might accidentally spoil some things accidentally about the game, but I'll try to avoid spoiling too much. But because I love this game so much, but this game, obviously it's the same Dark Souls kind of thing that you'd know, but they definitely refined the combat quite a bit with like obviously all the new mechanics like jump attacks and they even like improve like the whole kind of basics of combat to where you want to mix in all your like stuff like heavy attacks, light attacks, jump attacks. You want to mix those all. Even like a new thing that I really liked called guard countering is really good. It's very risk reward, but like the reward for it is that you get quite a bit of damage, but it's very skillful, and it makes defensive play a lot better, and it makes the flow of the game overall a lot faster. And it's just so much life into that. The combat's amazing for this game. There's so many different things you can do, like bleed damage is crazy. There's poison, I'm pretty sure. Scarlet's Rot is pretty good too. I really like those things. There's also the magic of this game. I know the magic's really good. And swordplay is still pretty good. Um, you know, Obviously it's just the basic things, like that you'd expect from soft game but like I feel like this is definitely like my favorite combat that I've seen in the Souls series and like from soft games in general. It was really refreshing for those things. But let me get into the open world part of this game. Once you first go into this world, you'll just go out into, I think it's called the Weeping Isles for their first area. I forget exactly what it's called. Um, I didn't really. I know Limgrave is the water area and all that. But this first area you're into, you see this gorgeous scene of just you go out and you just see all these beautiful colors, these trees, the light up in the grass. Then you look up and you just see this huge tree. It's really amazing. And then you just talk to your first NPC who obviously gives you the new meme of, however, you are maidenless. That was really funny. I liked watching all the streamers' reactions to that too, and You know, it was really fun. Let me think. Also, the tree, like you run into like the tree sentinel at the beginning of the game, which I think is a genius idea because it's trying to teach you that you shouldn't tunnel vision this game, which you shouldn't. And I will say that just right now, this game is not for everyone. If you're not a big fan of like all the challenging games and all that, and if that doesn't cater to you, then you might not like this game. So, but if you do, like if you like a bit of a challenge in games, this game is pretty hard, but it's fair hard. It's not hard for the case of just I want I want you to suffer and you have to like you don't have any chance to like really improve other than just improving like all the dodging and stuff like that. It makes it accessible a bit to like it makes it accessible in the way that you can upgrade your weapons and all that. I don't know. I'm just diverging a lot. Sorry, but there's just so many things to talk about with this game. But like obviously you have like a lot of weapon upgrading mechanics, and there's ways to like farm smithing stones. Eventually, there's ways to get like add new items into certain shops where you can buy upgraded smithing stones and then use them on your weapons. So it's just a good time, and it's definitely I feel like a lot better. It feels a lot smoother to and natural to farm souls in this game than it has for any of the other ones in my opinion. I definitely like the farming in this game a lot better than the other ones, even though I love those games. I will say the leveling up, I don't know why. For me, it just kind of felt a bit tedious to level up, but in this game, it just felt so natural. Since you just do it throughout the game, and like you can just another thing, yeah, is that like once you do finally beat the tree sentinel, obviously you get quite a bit of souls. You get like a good 3,000, which is pretty decent early game, which lets you upgrade like maybe 2 to 3 times as long as you kill them. Like, yeah. So, and then obviously that gives you a good thing. Then it gives you the golden halberd or something like that, and obviously it gives you like new weapon types. It introduces you to stuff like that, and it introduces you to like this game's difficulty, which is why I think that's a genius first thing, because it tells you to hey, you can just go explore. You don't have to kill this guy at souls level 1. You can just explore, find stuff, and get better, and go back and kill him. And for a lot of newer players, they might get frustrated. Like I never got frustrated at that. It just gave me a huge incentive to really improve at this game and explore around, which I did for hours. I'll tell you, I I will see. I most likely spent half this game exploring, and it never got old. I have 60 hours in this game, which was my first playthrough. Sorry, people are screaming upstairs. But it's but the way that the open world just works is that it allows you to go anywhere. It does not restrict you from going pretty much anywhere, and it just like lets you explore and find some cool stuff like caves. Like this world is filled, and I will tell you right now, this world the I thought they were over exaggerating when they said like this world is much bigger than you think, but they were not wrong. This game is massive. There's a lot of cool areas, and there's just so much. Like when I thought like, oh, I've explored this whole map. Like Limgrave was like the last part of this game that I find. Then I just find a whole new just continent off to the another part. And this place is just completely different. Has some super good atmosphere. The game just has so much atmosphere and artwork put to it. It's so amazing. And the overworld's not even the beginning of it. Then you could just go. You can there's caves below that like go really deep, and then like the whole cave systems are super complex, and there's like whole new things that you can do there, like whole new bosses and all that. It's really fun. There's so much to this game, and I love this game so much for its open world. It rewards you so much for exploring. And one thing that I've had a problem for years with open worlds is that they every open world feels like the same with hey, go here. Then you got to go here. Like they tell you like with waypoints, just go here, go there, go everywhere. Just go, don't explore. They're just like you need they urge you to continue the game. But like Elden Ring's like, hey man, take your time. Just explore and have fun. Like have fun. And you know what I did? I explored and I had fun. I found so many cool bosses, so many cool dungeons. It was so fun. And that's the beauty of the game. I can explore for 10 hours of the game and it feels like I spent less than an hour exploring. because it's just so refreshing. There's so many things that you can find in just such little, and like it's so fun, and it's so dense too. I might be repeating points, honestly, and I'm sorry if this, but like, next part. Okay, I just gotta move on. I just can't get over how good that is, this game. Let's get on to bosses. The bosses in this game, literally 99.9% of them are absolute bangers. So many of them are really fun and unique. But there's only a couple of them that are bit like that are just like what's it called? They're the same as other bosses, just like harder and reskinned or whatever. But don't worry about that, because like, what's it called? You won't really be. There's like 83 bosses in this game, and like only like 3 of them are actually like reskins or whatever of it. And that's amazing. That's amazing track record, since I love every boss in this game except for like this reskins, which isn't many. And the final boss I was okay with, but I will say the second phase was a lot of running and chasing, which isn't too bad. It wasn't the worst phase to go through. It was a decent final boss, and so he did have some really cool atmosphere to him that I really liked, and I loved the ending in this game, by the way. Anyway, the bosses in the game, they're really challenging. Well, most of them are really challenging, and but they're not unfair. You can learn from them. And it really incentivizes you to, like, try out new things, like try out new builds, respec, because there's respecking in this game. I don't know if there was respecking in other Souls games, but absolutely amazing mechanics, since you only get a limited number of them per playthrough. But it is like but you have to find these like larval tiers. But it's absolutely amazing how they did this game, and I can never gush over this game enough of how much this game is probably my favorite game of all time, honestly. It's so good. It's my favorite of the Soul of the FromSoft games. Obviously, I've never beaten them, but it just feels the most natural to me, and it feels like the most fun to me. Obviously, you guys can have your own opinions, and at the end of the day, it's what you have fun with. Uh, last thing. The only issues I had with this game were, well, this I didn't have as much PC stuttering, like I said before. I didn't really have stuttering. But I do know a lot of other people did, which they did resolve quite a bit of it, which I'm really glad about. And they do also hide some features that like would be really useful to know. Like in the menu, there's a sort. There's a sort by like alignment option that's for some reason hidden away and not even in help options. Which, now that it's but one of the greatest things that this game does have is its great community. It has, obviously, you can joke about all the gate goods and the oh, you're just bad at the game and all that. Like obviously those people are like, I think the get good argument, obviously you can like get better at the game and all that, but I think, but like I don't like that only a smaller part of the community like just incentivizes people to think that the whole community is just like that. Which there's so many cool people there that I've met that are like, they've helped me out, give me tips for bosses, you know, they, and you know they even like help me with like, hey, there's some, what the heck are you doing, cat? Sorry, my cat's doing something. Uh, Knocked over something. But this game's just so good. It has a great community, which I'm really glad about. It just it's absolutely what FromSoft wanted to make for a long time. I feel like this was their first open world too. This was their first open world. After 60 hours, I after 60 hours, I never felt like the game was overstaying its welcome. I never felt tedious over exploring. And I'm really glad about that. It's just so fun. That's what an open world should be. It also, let me get started on the side quests. There's like, the side quests are not intrusive at all. And like they don't like have a waypoint anywhere that's just like, go here, you have to go here, you have to go here. It's just like, hey man, can you please help me with something? And it's just like, or it's like, return the stagger to its rightful owner, and then she doesn't tell you who it is. But it's like, you eventually find the person who's telling you, hey, there's a person over. This actually is an actual example. I'm pretty sure, like, from what I remember, like, some person told me, I think I know who owns that dagger. I don't remember exactly finding who because I didn't really talk to the NPC, like all the NPCs. Although, but that's really good how they immerse you into the game. Unlike most RPGs, it's just so fun. There's so many builds for this game that are really fun. I just went off on a huge tangent and diversion. I just talked about so many random things, but it's just like I've just been singing this game's praises. This game left me speechless after I beat it. I literally have never been finished a game and just was awestruck with just so many good things to say about it flooding through my mind. I've never had that with another video game. This game was just so beautiful, so incredible. I cannot wait to see what FromSoft does next. And would I recommend this game? Holy cow, yes. I love this game so much. I'm sorry I didn't show any gameplay. I didn't have too many gameplay clips since, well, I got too addicted to this game. Which I'm doing that archery build only. I'm doing that archery only build. Uh, and I'm gonna be speedrunning this game, like I said. So I'm gonna this has been going on for too long. I just want to end this. Yes, you should. If you like hard games, if you like hard games that you have to learn and all that, if you're then you should definitely try it. If you're a bit you should if you're a bit like if you hate hard games and you probably won't like this unless you're just yeah. So you know obviously it depends on who you ask, but I think majority of the people will say this game is definitely worth it. You should definitely get it if you know if you like these types of games, these hard games. And for anyone struggling out there for this game, just know that this game's possible. I've never beaten a FromSoft game. I suck at FromSoft games. Eventually, I did beat this game, and I had a blast. It felt really fun. It felt engaging. There was so much good about the game. You know, you should keep trying. Like if you can't beat a boss, you can even ask your friends for help. There's no shame in asking your friends for help in the game, because you know, it's just like it's really fun to do things with friends. Or you could even like use summons if you're like, summons are really good, and you can upgrade them eventually in the game, and you can make them even better for helping you in bosses. So and even like if you're struggling with them, I'd advise you to like maybe you know just explore around a bit. Just find some like cool weapons, find some cool like a lot of runes, explore, level up. I promise you, after like eventually you will beat the boss. Eventually you will beat this game, and I promise you it is absolutely worth it from this man's opinion. I may not be a good video game critic. I may not be good at video games, really. But I love this game so much, and I just can't. It's just been so long since a game's sung its praises to me. Since I had to sing a game's praises, it's been so long since I've just felt like that, where a game's lived up to the hype. So yeah, I definitely will. If I had to rate this like from 0% to 100%, this have to be like 95 to 98 to like 99%. This game's beautiful and amazing. It's absolutely one of my favorite games. I am coming back for more. You can bet that. I'm going to be on this game hungry for more. Have a good night. That is my little long antithesis. Thank you if you held out to my long, boring narration and all that. But I just love this game. It's so beautiful. Have a good night. I love you guys.